Hello, I'm Phil Wardlow, the Grundy Area PADS President. In this video, we're just going to cover some of the generic volunteer items that I want to go over. First of all, if you arrive at the shelter and you're alone, you are never to keep the shelter open alone. Make sure you call your coordinator. Okay, that second is please arrive about 15 minutes early before your shift in order to get some sort of turnover from the shift that was there before. And notify your coordinator as soon as possible if you know you're not going to be able to make it to your shift for that night. So while you're at the shelter, I want you to make sure we have mutual respect with the guests and the volunteers. Provide the guests your respect for their position and then expect the same from them. What we want to have mutual respect between volunteers and guests. So what I want to also stress is, as a volunteer, use your judgment. If a guest's behavior is unacceptable, you have the authority to have them leave the shelter. As PADS President, I am going to completely support that. So if that were the case, then I would expect you to call your coordinator, let the guests know that they need to leave the shelter for the night. We will get a hold of the guests later on with a follow-up. But then also, if you have any issues with that guest leaving or they're not being very cooperative, be sure to call 911. The Morris Police and the Grundy County Sheriffs, they'll show up. That'll be no problem at all. The other thing that I want to point out is if you have any questions at all about what you're supposed to be doing as a volunteer, call your coordinator. Always remember to call your coordinator if you need to.